First League of Maidens, then Subverse, and now this. The unusually basic titled Wildlife. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with this one. Like, when I first published my League of Maidens video, people mentioned Wildlife. They recommended that I take a look at the game if I was interested in League of Maidens. Then Subverse was also recommended, which, you know, as you guys should be well aware, ultimately got my attention first. Fast forward a couple weeks, and here we are. I finally took the plunge and decided to take a look at what the game is. So, what is Wildlife, and should you be excited? I'm also going to be giving away a few copies as part of a giveaway like I've been doing with Subverse and Astelia. All you gotta do to participate is go to my website, mmobi.tv, using the link in either the description or the pinned comment, and then just participate. It's that easy. Wildlife is an action RPG aimed at adult audiences. I'm not sure of its exact rating, but I will state that I don't think it's gonna be for minors. But then again, neither is League of Maidens or Subverse, and I wouldn't let my little kid play a gory or explicit game either way. Not a whole lot of information has been released thus far. I did watch the Patreon trailer for the game and they talked about a few different things, but it was a little rough understanding what they were saying due to their thick accents. I believe you're either an alien from another planet or you're from an advanced civilization, one of the two. You've come across 5 different tribes scattered across the world that each interact with one another in various ways and have various stories associated with them. This adds unique dynamics between factions that can lead to unusual situations, alliances, and conflict. So the goal of the game? Fight to survive and eventually rule the world. I mean, if you really feel like it, you could also go ahead and foster a relationship with one or more of the local populace. It looks like the entirety of the world is completely polyamorous. Combat in Wildlife is complete action. There's absolutely no tab target whatsoever, but at the same time, I have yet to really see like any information about skill trees or abilities. From what I've seen via gameplay, I can guarantee that left-click spamming and right-click spamming are both going to be a thing, along with well-timed dodges until further information is released. I cannot really comment on exactly how extensive the combat will end up being. Maybe if we're lucky, the devs behind the game will come into the comment section and elaborate on a few of these questions for us. Now, the combat itself is surprisingly polished. They didn't really show much in the way of multi-target fighting, so realistically, exactly how well group fights are going to play out is left up to the imagination, but I do like what I see so far. Since there's flight in the game, I also wonder if aerial combat's going to be a thing. I know the game is still far from being fully developed and I don't really expect them to reveal more than they can, but at the same time, I really wish that there was more to base my opinion of the combat off of. Yeah, apparently flight is a very important part of the game. Not only can you use flight to easily get around, avoid enemies, reach areas you couldn't get to normally, but it also beats having to ride aerial mounts. Like, for real, we are essentially harpies. We have wings that we can use to fly whenever we want, and we're hot babes. We're harpies. Now, again, I'm not exactly sure what the plans are for flight. I'm sure there is a purpose for it other than just exploration, as they went into a little detail via their Patreon, but not nearly enough. Wildlife is a very interesting game. It isn't an MMO. I'm not sure even if the game offers co-op or multiplayer in any capacity. Someone recommended this to me after my League of Maidens video, so I felt like there would be some resemblance between the genres at least. But from what I can tell, Wildlife is an open world action sci-fi game that has you build up relationships with various tribes located around the world and ultimately vie for supremacy. The combat looks pretty good, but at the same time, there isn't really a whole lot to base my opinion off of. Graphically, the game is really, really gorgeous. Like, while they're still building the world currently, what we have seen and the character models themselves all look fantastic. Like, moddable Skyrim fantastic. And I know you guys know the kind of mods I'm talking about. According to the team behind Wildlife, the game utilizes a visual quality that is unmatched by any game in this genre. And okay, so while that is definitely a great looking game, that is a blatant over-exaggeration. I do feel like Wildlife could be a very cool game though. I'm not sure how well it'll really shake the genre since there are already plenty of survival games out there, But then again, none of them are adult in nature or even just aimed at adults, rather. So there's definitely a market for this kind of game. Just like I said, there was a market for Subverse and League of Maidens. The market is slowly expanding and becoming more accepting of what is allowed, and these are some of the games that are responsible for that change. So yes, I'm excited since I love survival games, and I look forward to seeing how development of the game goes. But that's just my opinion, my first impression of the game, not having played it. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you looking forward to eventually trying it out, or do you even want to? Let me know in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this and I'll see you all next time. Peace.